Hi, it's Matt Salmon of Fortress Financial, here to talk to you today about an issue that isn't discussed much, but it is huge. Demographics. Why don't we talk about it that much? Well, simple. There are so many problems out there that demographics is sort of there, lingering in behind the scenes, but we don't feel its direct impact. We do see stocks go up and down. They're valued, so we know there's a problem there. We read about corporate earnings that for 4 straight quarters have gone down. Corporate revenues, 5 straight quarters of decreases. Market valuations that are extremely high. Debt levels that are at record highs, etc. So these things are in sort of the front of our mind. And let's not forget about geopolitical issues. We know the terrorism acts and horrific things that go on throughout the world. But demographics could be one of the biggest things that plays out over the next couple of decades. And it started now. And why? It's because of baby boomers. There was a big group born in most of the developed world, and for that matter, China. If you look at it, the oldest society is Japan. Japan faces the biggest problem. Right now, they have 1.3 births per woman. That means their population is shrinking. And a big problem in Japan is they have minimal immigration. So when you have a shrinking population that has to pay for, the next generation will have to pay for the retired group. What do they want? They want their pensions they paid in all their lives. They want health care. And when's the greatest demand for health care? In your retired years. That's when people tend to get sick, when they get older. So we got a real problem because there wasn't in all these countries money put aside to address this group. Instead, we're saying to the next generation, oh, we're going to have to tax the heck out of you. Oh, we're going to have to figure out how to pay. Or we're going to have to cut benefits. It's a real problem. Look at the world. The U.S. and Canada, no different. Aging populations. Europe, even a bigger issue. Serious aging populations. We've now hit the point in most countries where we're starting to see the baby boomers retire. They're past their major spending points. So less spending means lower taxes as well. Another huge problem. So when you have lower taxes, less people going into the workforce, so a slowing economy, and more people who demand to get what they put into the society all their years, they want it to come out now. We got a problem. There are too few consumers moving forward. There are too few workers that keeps the economy functioning. Domestic commerce, as I said, is going to decrease, which means the VAT tax or sales taxes are going to go down, and that's a huge portion of government taxes. Again, the current workers have to pay the benefits of the retirees. There's no savings among a lot of the retiring group. They need their pension. So when you have underfunded pensions, you can't tell this group, sorry, good luck to you. We're not going to put food on your table. We got to figure this out. It's a situation where we want to ignore, hide it in the closet, and just say, maybe it'll fix itself. It doesn't. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. There's a small cohort of workers, I said, shouldering the larger financial burden. And you have, again, less money that's going to be available for social spending as well in the future, meaning when we go through economic periods that are difficult, there will be less and less available for those groups that are out of work. So we got a problem on our hands. We already have in Canada a really pressed healthcare system. So, and we haven't even seen the bulk of the population get to the point where they're going to be massive users of it. What's going to happen then? Who's going to pay for it? We got a problem. So as much as the next 10 years are some of the biggest challenges, because that's the period right through basically to the mid-2000s, 2025, where this bulk is retiring and fewer entering the workforce. And on top of it, the birth rate is so low. In Canada, it's 1.6. In the U.S., it's 1.9. In Japan and Germany, it's 1.4. People aren't having kids. Why? Too expensive. It's just reality of life. People are working 2 jobs and barely getting by. You throw a kid in there, and it's been estimated in the U.S. that it costs about $250,000 for a kid from birth to age 18, and that excludes their university costs. $250,000. That's U.S. dollars. You put that in Canadian, so well over $300,000. It's a lot of money. And no wonder people are saying one kid, maximum two in today's world. And some are deciding not to have kids whatsoever. It's a shame when society makes decisions based on financial, but they have to. Because reality is they have to retire. They got to continue to put food on the table. And we are also at a point of the lowest interest rates in history. So debt is at low interest rate, yet interest charges continue to go up, meaning outstanding debt is rapidly increasing as interest rates fall. That's dangerous. So we have so many issues here to be concerned about, demographics being one of them that we can't ignore. We got to figure this out. And that means major restructuring, and that will mean a form of debt deleverage, a write down of debt levels, and don't get caught in the wrong bond fund. Don't get caught in the wrong ETF that holds junk bonds that end up having huge problems, and many of which can go under during a difficult cycle. We help to make sure customers avoid those pitfalls. Thanks very much. We'll see you soon.